I am Malu. I'm 30 years. I'm married. I have a son, a little boy, 4 years. I working for sales. Hobbies, I like studying, speaking English. Play with my son. Sleeping, yes. Também quase perdi porque estava cochilando.
You
Eu
can
saí do
notice
trabalho.
my olheiras.
Eu era nem sair do trabalho às 2 da tarde. Tive um cliente que atrasou, fomos sair quase 3 da tarde. Então eu acabei de almoçar praticamente. This is.
Nice to have you here. In case, I think you already know how TNT works, but speak freely. If you don't know the word, fala em português.
Yes.
Inglês, that's always. Just speak and share with us experiences. Next one, Gabi, who are you?
Hello, guys. Good evening. My name is Gabriele. I'm 31 years old. I live in Rio de Janeiro, but I'm not Carioca. I am from Rio Grande do Sul. I'm a food engineer and I work as a science entrepreneur. On my free time, like Saturday, I really like to stay at home, organize the things, or hang out with my friends. Unfortunately, I won't meet my friends today, but I stay at home, just relaxing and doing things here. Okay, I really like watch movies and series. I love music. I love search for new music and go to shows. It's one of my hobbies. And about the next sport, I really like to play yoga. I'm not practicing yoga, I think it's correct. And I think that's all about me. Nice
to have you here. My partner of songs. We've been sharing some bands on Instagram. It is a pleasure to have you here in this afternoon. And you, Fernando, can you present yourself for us, my friend from Brasilia?
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. I am from Brasilia, as I said. I am 33 years old. I work in the environment protection area. But actually the area that I really into, that I really love is the languages and communication area. I've been here on TNT since December, and I'm also a host here since March. And in my free time, I like to go to the movies. I love going to the movies with friends or even by myself, and go for a walk, although it's been a while that I don't do that. And I also have a son, a 14 years old boy, and he will be here, spend a week with me next week. So I'm very excited to spend some time playing video games with him. And that's it.
Man, really nice to have you here one more time. It's always a pleasure. And I think last but not least, besides Jennifer, Pedro, hello, good afternoon for you. Can you present yourself to us, please?
You listen to me?
Very well.
Okay. My name is Pedro Jaued. I'm 35 years old. I lost my age. I'm from Belo Horizonte, Minas Gerais. but I live in Sintra, Portugal, 3 months ago. I'm journalist degree, but I don't work in journalism. In my free time, I like watch movies, in special terror movies. I love it, terror movies. The classic terror movies, Jason, Freddy Krueger, the classics, and I like play. I play bass. I like play in my free times, but in Portugal I don't have bass. In Brazil I have 90 basses, but
90?
nine, 9, yes, 9. But in now I don't have here. And I like go concerts. I like rock and roll bands and metal bands. In Europe, in special, is very easy go concerts. I see bands, metal bands every time. That's it.
Quickly question, how do you react to when someone says that we don't hear bass in the song, for example?
No, I don't understand the question. Repeat,
Just
please.
because, you know, when someone says, não escuto baixo na música, how do you react?
No, this is I don't know in English, but this is a lenda. But you listen more perception. You listen the best.
Yes,
the
especially
best
in Iron Maiden.
is essential for one band. Iron Maiden is the best example for this. Iron Maiden, the best of Iron Maiden is essential.
The best one.
Yes.
Nice. So guys, let's get started. The questions of this Saturday. And the first one I'm going to read. So would you rather acquire material items? So are you a materialistic person? Or would you like to acquire or get experiences? So are you a materialist or you like to get experience? So Fernando, what are you?
I would rather acquire experience for sure. I'm 100% experiences. I think that the experience that we go through make who we are. So I think it's very important, and I really prefer like going to a concert, as Gabi said, than buying material things. I think that those things you keep those things, those moments in your mind for the rest of your life, and the material things will get to an end. You're gonna replace it, but I really believe in that experiences are way more important.
Nice answer. And you, Malu, what do you think? Do you prefer to acquire things or just experience like Fernando?
And two. I need material things. I live experience.
The experience of buying things.
Yeah. I like them. I like to. I prefer experience. Vou pro português, vocês me desculpam.
No, that's okay.
Mas tem coisas... com o tempo a gente vai aprendendo, né? Que tem coisas que o dinheiro não compra.
Just give an example later, please.
Smile my son ver o brilho dos olhos de um filho, ter a paz de ter um lar para voltar. Então coisas, né, adequadas a cada valor, faz sentido para cada pessoa. E somos todos diferentes, não tem como.
Nice answer. Really good, lovely. And you, Gabi, what do you prefer? What are your values?
I totally prefer experiences. I prefer to invest my money in experiences like travel or concerts. I think it constructs my memories, maybe alone, maybe with people that I consider. But I'm not a person that cares about expensive things or brands. I'm not this type of person. And I'm in a stage of my life that I'm buying a lot of things for my house. But when I do this, I don't care. I don't worry about the things that I buy. Like if I need to sell my TV, I will sell in an opportunity. Like if I need to move on to another place. So I'm not. I don't know how to explain, how to tell it in English. I don't know a specific word to define like a pegada. I'm not this type of person with materials, but I'm this type of person with experiences and memories.
No, there's an interesting way to clarify something, because of, for example, me, I'm considering myself a minimalist. It's about buying things. I don't like to buying things that I believe the material route the time. So I don't like to buy something, but I prefer experiences. But even experiences nowadays is kind of difficult. I don't know, but perhaps this is my stage of life, I would say. And you, Pedro, what do you prefer, material things or experiences?
I like the experience, but I like more material items. For me, one mix is perfect. For example, I go one concert. For example, I see the band or the singer, and I buy one disc or one T-shirt. The band. For me, mix is perfect. Or one travel, I go a new city or a new country, and I buy one gift or souvenir or magnetic. For me, one mix, the experience and materiality is perfect. But just one, I like more material items. I I love collections. I am a maniac collector. I don't know if this name is correct, but I have collections, the vinyls collections, action figures collection. I have one specific collection, the Pix palhetas.
Pix about money or Pix? Or,
no, Pix. Palhetas, né? Guitar picks or best picks. For me, I go on one concert and I get one pick. For me, this concert is complete. I go and I don't get one pick. It's sad for me, but I have any collections, and I don't know, this is a normal or not. Is not a point of the question, but for this, I love material items.
But let me ask you something. When you collect your pictures, you order or you buy it from
No,
from
no,
the
I
guys?
get in the final show is normal the guitar or best player
Yes.
jogar, I don't know.
The hit or through. I asked you because of this. There was one day it happened to me. The guy just finished, and I was at the pub and with my cousin, and it hit me.
Yeah, I have one big collection of picks. In the famous bands, Iron Maiden, CDC, Black Sabbath, and the others. I am
Nice.
a pick maniac, man.
Really nice. I have no idea about it, that someone can collect it, but it's really nice to, in a way, not a way, but the things to collect. And our next one, it's about to test, not to test, but to know about the idea are you living. For example, I don't know where you live or the way you live, but the question is, if it costs the same, would you rather to live in a mansion, big house, casa grande, or a mid-sized house with a lot of land and surrounded by this house, for example? So I don't know, Gabi, but which one do you prefer?
I prefer a mid-sized house, but I'm not sure about the idea of a lot of land around the house, because I need to clean the house all the time because of the land. So maybe with a garden, when I can have my plants and take care of them, it's a good idea. But the reason that I choose a mid-sized house, it's because it's not make sense for me to have a big house, a mansion. Even it costs the same, because you spend a lot of time cleaning, and I don't know. I prefer places more. I think places, mid places or small places are more. It's like a hug, It's more aconchegante. So a mansion don't brings me the sensation, So I prefer the second one.
Interesting question, because I always think it's the people that prefer to a mansion that is fancy, or it means you earn a lot of money. So I just think it's people prefer a mansion for the life. But I don't know, you, Fernando, what do you prefer?
Well, I would answer the same thing that Gabi, because I also think it's a small place is more cozy, and I would also use this land to make some canal, because I have this dream to make a big place to bring stray dogs and abandoned dogs, because I really love dogs, and would be nice to have a huge place to do that. And the other reason, of course, I wouldn't like to clean a mansion.
Man, it's real, because I'm living in an apartment, and I can't have a dog. I can have a pet because it's my contract. I have to sign it. Don't have a pet here. It's not nice, but in the middle house, in the middle, I don't know, in the middle of land surrounded, could be nice to not create, but living with a lot of pets and different ones. And you, Malu, what do you prefer? Which one do you prefer? Are you listening to us?
Yes.
Okay.
I live in mid-size. De preferência small. I prefer investir my time as parents do que ficar limpando casa. I live
Terrible.
off the casa, of the home.
Cleaning up the house is terrible to me.
Yes.
I prefer watching the dishes than just watching or just washing up the room or something. But an entire house, not good one. I'm sorry.
Never dance.
or just listen to a podcast while you are cleaning. Happens to me every Monday. That's okay. And you, Pedro, which one do you prefer? A middle-sized house or a mansion entire filled with beds?
Yeah, I prefer one mid-sized. Yeah, I agree. The other opinions. One mansion is very difficult for clean, and the energy water is more expensive. I don't know. And one point, the Fernando said, one mid-sized house with a lot of land. I love dogs too, and the space is good for dogs or the animals, in special dogs. One mid-size and one big land for dogs is good.
Man, I can imagine.
And big dogs and big dogs.
Big ones.
Yeah.
Not vira-latas?
No. You have a more space, more dogs, you know. A mix of dogs, vira-latas and other dogs. But I love big dogs. But I don't in my life I don't have big dogs. I have 2 dogs in my life, but small dogs. But I see other people's with your big dogs, and I love this. Pastor Alemão or Labrador and the other big dogs.
Nice. And the next one, guys, it's just remember the meeting is being recorded, but I'd like to hear your honest opinion. So, in what scenario, if any, it's okay to lie? So I don't know if you guys what is your answer, but I'd like to answer and sincerely, of course, for you. So Fernando, it's okay to you to lie? It depends on scenario.
Yeah, I think it depends. It depends on the situation. It's difficult to think about an example right now. But if you are not hurting someone, you are not making any bad, and if it is for a good reason, I don't know, depends on the situation, really. But I have no idea a good example to give you right now.
I can think of one when I wrote the question that's about football, because I'm supporting Clube do Remo in Pará, and Clube do Remo is it's not the biggest. Paysandu is the biggest, but I can't handle, and I always lied about it. Remo is the best. Remo is the biggest of the state. It is not true. It's not true, but I lie all the time about it to all the families, because we have to support. So Clube do Remo is the best. It's the biggest. It's not the biggest.
Yeah, I thought about one. If you are in a friend's house or family house and the food is not good. You're gonna.
The food is not good.
It's not a good idea that you tell no that the food is horrible. It's
Delicious.
yeah, it's a good lie.
I know. I can't handle, man. I can't handle it. I think we always lie about the quality of food, and when not you, but when someone gives you foods, I think. Do you agree, Malu? In that scenario, if any, it's okay to lie.
Assunto complicado. Acho que eu não vou conseguir decorrer desse assunto em inglês, não.
That's okay.
Depende. Tem mentiras pequenas, médias e grandes. Existe momentos que a gente tem que contar as coisas de uma outra versão e não realmente daquela forma. Então, é complicado. Essa vida de gente grande é complicada.
And you say about your son, for example, it reminds me of Na Volta a Gente Compra.
Yeah.
We never buy any.
Depois do jantar, você pode comer o doce. Daí a criança já tá morrendo de sono. Na janta, cai em cima do prato, dorme e não come sobremesa.
I heard that many times when I was a kid.
A única diferença é que ontem a gente escutava, hoje sou eu que falo. O tempo é cruel. Sorry, guys. I don't speak English.
That's okay. That's okay. We have some fun in any language. Don't worry. And you, Gabi, it's okay to you?
No, I think just in situations that we could be unkind with the person, it's okay to don't be so honest, like Fernando mentioned. When you go to a dinner with your family's house and the food is not good, so I think it's an unkind behavior to tell the other person that food it's terrible, because the person spent a time preparing and dedicating to do this for you, and I think it's not okay. Or maybe in another situation that I don't know, you gain a gift that you don't like it, so I think it's not necessary to tell the person that you don't like it. It just I don't know. I think in this type of situation, it's okay. It's not a lie. It's just to don't be so honest with the circumstance. So I think, but in the other case, I think it's not okay to tell lies. Maybe if the lie is so small, I think I prefer to tell the truth. But in the situation that you could be an unkind person, I think you need to don't be so honest with the others.
Yeah, make excuse and make up something. But sometimes I don't know. I think it's obligatory. It's mandatory to do it as a Brazilian. And we are not so honest all the time. So I think it is. And you, Pedro, it's okay to you to lie or not?
Depends, but in general, it's okay. For me, you talk one lie if I avoid the conflicts, it's okay. In your work or other moments, it's Fernando said it about one food or other moments, okay. But I think the question in Brazil is common. People say one little lie. It's common. in one day, but in other countries, the people is more directly. I don't know. One example of this: your food is not good. People, if people said this food is not good, but it's not. I don't know, falta de educação, but it's true. It's really true. But in Brazil, no have costume for this, you know. But about the question, for me, you say one good example about football, for example, politics. I don't like the conflicts. I have my opinions, and other people is more I don't know, is more hot in for this. Okay, don't have problem. I listen, but in my head, I continues for my opinion. But I love the club Remo, okay, but Atlético Mineiro is more good.
Agreed. I have to agree. It's such a small team from Pará, but in my head is the biggest.
No, but this is a historical team.
Yeah, exactly.
Historical team is a traditional team. I really like the Remo. I like more Remo with Paysandu.
Nice one. And now next one, it's about that's about teach for a child, for example, and just thinking in one thing. So what is the most important lesson to teach a child? I think it's really important. I already my answer for that, but I want to hear it from someone is a mother. So Malu, what is the most important lesson to teach a child? You are muted. Good one.
I think today this ele ser quem ele é. Isso eu já não vou conseguir falar no inglês. Então, ele ter a própria personalidade. E é difícil a gente falar de mentir, de valores, porque ser pai e mãe é a gente tentar acertar errando. Então, é só na prática que a gente entende isso. Então, hoje, o que eu mais reforço, assim, em questão de valores dele, é ele saber quem ele é, do que ele gosta, do que ele aceita, e ele ser uma pessoa onde saiba conviver em comunidade, né? E é conflitante isso.
Beautiful answer. Really, because if I ask, I don't know, any 100 of parents, they probably don't answer, will not answer the same. Mm-hmm. Probably they say their values, that's the best or something, but I love to your answer. Really, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And you, Gabi, what's important to teach a child to you?
I don't have kids, guys. I don't have kids. I just have, I don't know, I need to search the correct word, but I have an afilhada, a daughter-in-law. I don't know if it's the correct term to use, but I think I don't know if it's the most important lesson because Malu said an important one, and I totally agree with Malu, but I can answer like to be kind to be with the others. I think it's an important behavior to be kind with your colleagues, your family, with your friends, with the person that you don't know. Yeah, I think that to be kind.
Good answer as well. And what do you say, Fernando? It's to you. Another option, opinion?
I agree with Gabi Malu. It's very difficult. I have a son, and I think to be respectful with everyone and everything, and with animals, and to be respectful. I think it summarizes well, and also to have some critical thinking about everything, especially nowadays. Actually, this more or less the same question will be in my next meeting, which is about raising a child in the digital area, digital era. And I think this critical thinking is very important nowadays, that they have access to the internet and to a lot of fake news and crazy things. So they have to know how to search and how to make some thinking about that they are seeing. So yeah, basically those two things.
Yeah, I think it's your answer, and sincerely, it's a really good topic. And the next meeting, I'm trying to be there next one. Man, it's my agenda is a kind of mess all July, but I'm going to try that if it's possible, of course. But making my good way out to be there next one. And you, Pedro, what do you think? What is the most important for you to raise a child or to teach a child?
Yeah, I don't have a child too, but for me, be independent. Never depend on anyone to do anything. I live this, and for me is more important. Yeah, I don't know. Today I think this, but in the future I don't know. People say that you have one child, your life change, and your mind change too.
That I totally agree. I don't have kids either. I have a brother that when he was born, I don't know, I was 10 years, and I think my mind changed, and besides my behavior, because that she is such a devil in person. And I don't know, for me it's I always have to not have, but try to teach you to study, and I believe that is studying the most important thing, that I'm helping him. So study, be the best of the best of us, the better of family. I don't know, for me it's a study, but being kind, be yourself, I believe is the most important than study at all. Nice one. I confess something, I never say that it for anyone else. The next one.
A gente só amadurece essa ideia vivendo.
Exactly, and I hate him. I love him, but Amadureci a ideia também. Yeah, really nice one. And the next is the question number 7. I think it's a really good one. How often do you go out with your way to help someone? Com que frequência tu se esforça para ajudar alguém? Let's get started. Pedro, how often do you go out with your way to help someone?
Depends, but every day. But I don't depends the to help. One example, this I help my college work colleges every day, for example, but this not change the world, for example, but I help every day one friend of my work, for example, or one people, one friend, or my sister, my mom, I don't know, talk to me, I help too, but little help day by day. I don't change the word for this, but I help every day.
Nice. You're not you cannot think you're a changer, but it's the best. It's the better than do anything. So
Yeah.
keep it up, please. And you, Fernando, how often do you go out if you're ready to help someone?
It depends. I think my answer for almost all those questions are it depends, because it really depends.
Depends.
It's difficult to very bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So it depends. It's difficult to say a frequency, because it depends if people around me are needing or something or not. I usually don't. I usually help when I have the chance, when I am able to help. But it's difficult to say a frequency of that.
Nice one. Because for me, it's a kind of every day, but it's a long story. Not time. Long story short, in my workplace, there is a lab. We don't have a technician anymore, so I'm doing my master's, and in my lab there's a bunch of ICs, iniciação científica. So we have a head of the lab and help them to work, help them to doing their researchers. So I think it's, for me, is every day, and it is what it is. For you, Gabi, how often do you go out if you're ready to help someone?
I totally understand you, because I work in a lab too. So it's like a mission. When we work in a lab, you need to help the others, because maybe there is people that more younger than you in the science, so they don't know about the things. So you need to teach and help these people to work in a lab. Or maybe you have a colleague with adults and you have more experience, and then you can help the people with this task. So I've never thought about the frequency that I help my colleagues on lab, but I think it's frequently. Maybe all the days that I stay in the lab, we help each other. But in my personal life, I think I help my friends and my family often when they ask me for help, and I can help them with your things. But I help TNT. All Luan, Fernando, all also helps TNT, helps these communities to grow. And I don't know. I'd like to help other people's, like in in a social program. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a volunteer, you know. But unfortunately, my agenda is not so crazy nowadays, and I try to help the others in other ways that I can do it in my daily life. But I intend in the future to stay engaged in some calls or maybe do a volunteer work. I think it's good for us.
Then I think I had a dream to doing my volunteer. I consider TNT a volunteer because after that something else I cannot do it. We don't have time, and to do in a volunteer, I think it's Brazil. It's almost impossible to answer because not to answer, but to do it because we don't have. I think it's time enough, money enough to perform it, but we are trying. And you, last but not least, Malu, how often do you go out your way to help someone?
I work in sales. Sales is help people. Mas quando eu tenho oportunidade, assim, no que... I believe in frase, ditado, de dar ensinar a pescar e não dar o peixe, né? Então, ambiente de trabalho a todo tempo tem troca de ajuda e, como eu já falei anteriormente, eu acredito muito no senso de comunidade, então um ajudando o outro e todo mundo se unindo fica muito mais fácil, mais saudável. Isso.
Really nice answer. I think we have time to the last one here. I'm sorry, Pedro, I forgot you.
No, the first.
Because I moved to the chat in your face for 1 second, and perhaps I
No.
forgotten.
No, have problem.
I always wrote down in my chest here. I'm sorry.
Just complementing my previous answer, because I hadn't thought about work at all, just about daily routine, friends and family, but not work. And it's important thing that we live in the daily basis. So I never deny help at work. And this is actually a problem, something that I have to learn to deny when I'm not able to help. Because sometimes I accept to help when I don't know about the subject, and I research about it. I learn how to do it to help instead of doing my own work. So it's something that I need to learn, actually, to say no. I cannot help because I don't know. I'm not able to help, but I never deny help at work.
That I can imagine, because at work you're always obligated or welcome to help, but I think it's denied the most time you deny because you don't know to help. But it's really important to perform it when you have chance. And to finish our questions, we have time to only one. I'd like to jump to the question number 11. It's about I'd like to hear something from all of you. So what do you see as your best character trait? Qual é o seu melhor traço de personalidade? Answer honestly or not. I don't know. So Pedro, what do you see as your best character trait?
Your question is very it's so good.
That is I meant.
Yeah, you make the questions.
Yes.
Congratulations, man.
If you think the questions is hard to answer, that is my point. That is my mission, to be hard to you.
Yes, but The best character. I don't know.
That's okay. We have time.
I really honest. For me, honesty is one best character. I don't know. I constructed this in my life in every years, but today I so honest. I talk this difference. The Brazil, other countries in Brazil, you respond one question honestly, and other people depends not I don't know comprehend this response, but okay, I so honest, and so that's it.
No, nice. Thanks for the answer. I know this is difficult to answer sincerely. And you, Fernando, what is the best character trait?
And I think I agree with Pedro. This question is very difficult, and I think this is one of the most difficult questions for anyone to answer. Like just to talk about their own qualities. You know, it's so difficult. Maybe being
I think, guys, you are
Hello?
free. You're
Hello?
frozen.
okay.
Both of you.
Someone just popped out on my window and I lost something. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, I don't know until which point you
I asked you a question and I'm just down.
Could you hear me, my answer at the beginning?
No, sorry.
No.
Okay, nothing. Okay. So I think I'm a trustworthy person. Not that I think I am a trustworthy person, friendly, and I listen. I listen and pay attention what people that I like, people around me are talking, are saying. So I think that's it. But this is a very, very difficult question.
Very answer. And you, Malu, what do you see as a best character trait?
My personality. I believe is my né, minha característica mais importante, assim, minha personalidade e quem eu sou. E é muito difícil, né, no mundo que a gente vive hoje, a gente ser quem a gente é. E I believe it is dentro de quem eu sou, né, ser honesta, ser leal, ser, né, congruente com o que eu acredito e viver da melhor forma, acredito em comunidade, né? Apesar de ser muito difícil, né? A gente tem que respeitar quem a gente é e respeitar o espaço do outro. Eu e meu marido, a gente conversa muito sobre essa questão, né? Que a gente tem vivido aos últimos anos de política, né? E é um assunto muito polêmico, porque parece que o mundo virou dois mundos e acabou. E não, existe uma troca, eu posso ouvir o que você tem a me agregar e eu também posso te contar, e a gente pode partilhar de ideias, né?
Eu vou falar em português agora. Isso é quase impossível, eu diria. Mas é o meu mundo ideal. Obrigado pela resposta. Finally, Gabi, what is your best character trait, in your humble opinion?
As the guy said, and Malu said, also said, it's difficult to talk about ourselves. I don't know. I think we have some difficulties to identify our good points and your qualities. But sometimes, someday, one professor tell me one thing, and I paid attention about these words, and I consider this trait so true about me, that I'm a person who accomplishes things, like a person that don't go to try to do the things that I really want. I try to follow my dreams, and to even the things are not easy, or even I need to face the fear, or even though I don't believe in myself in many times, I always accomplish things. So I'm a person who do it. So I think it's the trait that I'm so proud. And it's difficult to recognize it when we are full of things to do. But this professor told me this, and I have the opportunity to see other people that also told me these same words. So I believe that it's true. I'm a person who accomplish things in my life.
Nice. Guys, we have the best answers, because I just thought about something about me, but not on the high topic. I believe I'm an extrovert. Sou extrovertido entre os introvertidos, mas entre os extrovertidos eu sou introvertido. And so I don't know, it's my best character trait, but I believe there is. I would choose that one. And again, thanks for the answer. It's not easy, the last question, but I thought that could be an interesting one to think and share with all of us here. To not forget, our survey of today. Now time is up. Like we always said, the survey is anonymous. You can criticize, say something good, say something really bad, criticize and make your topics, do your suggestions. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Pela primeira vez, Malu, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Gabi, Fernando, Pedro, Jennifer, and we'll be here next Saturday and the next, same hour, same hard questions, same easy questions. It's always a pleasure. Thanks, guys. It was really good one. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.